Hey, it's Nardwuar, the human serviette in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Election time, Canadian election, 2015. It's the time when I approach all the different candidates and see if they will do the hip flip. Who are you?
Tom Mulcair, leader of Her Majesty's loyal opposition, member of Parliament for Outremer, and a candidate in this election.
For Prime Minister.
We're hoping for that.
And Mr. Mulcair, who do you have beside you?
I have Nardwuar beside me.
Nardwuar, the human serviette, but also somebody very important to your right.
My girlfriend since we were both teenagers, and my wife, and the mother of our kids, and the grandmother of our grandchildren.
Hello, Catherine.
Hi.
I was curious right off the bat. You love Tommy Douglas, Mr. Mulcair, and I was curious, have you been into Tommy Douglas collectibles at all?
Well, I have been to Tommy Douglas' house several times, but no, not so much on the collectibles, although I do have a couple of people who have been giving me these wonderful old CCF pins or these old Tommy Douglas buttons from the days, so I've seen a couple of those.
Have you seen a Tommy Douglas box set that's out there? Check this out. Like if you open it up, there's like a vinyl. Look what's in here, a vinyl record.
Wow, that must be something. Have you memorized some of these speeches?
Not yet, boom. And then also a photo, too, and also a nice picture here. Now, who is right there Mr. Douglas beside? Because that's an important person, isn't it?
Wow, you got me. I'm supposed to know who that is, but I don't.
Coldwell.
Oh, there you go. I didn't recognize him, no. That's right in front of the big doors that we always use as a prop in Parliament. This is the what they call the foyer of the House of Commons. So I'm glad to see that picture of Mr. Douglas and Mr. Coldwell.
A Tommy Douglas box set, and it makes me think of records, too. Now, Stephen Harper, he's into AC/DC. And you, Mr. Mulcair, what about you? Are you into Patsy Gallant growing up? Were you into Harmonium growing up? Were you into the punk band Electric Vomit? What were you into growing up?
I was a pretty big fan of the original boys bands, the Beatles, Rolling Stones. There's still some of my favorites. Depending towards the end of high school, Led Zeppelin was a pretty big favorite of ours.
Mr. Mulcair, Brian Mulrooney compared you to
John Diefenbaker.
John Diefenbaker. And I want to ask you, what can you tell the people about John Diefenbaker? I am a Canadian, and underneath it, if you pick out this record, Diefenbaker and Delta, the Diefen dollar.
The Diefenbuck. I remember that part well, 92.5 cents, although we'd be doing well today compared to that. Look, I didn't even know that there was this proud tradition of politicians making vinyl records of each other. You know what? I think I might go back to that. I think that might work. You know, forget this social media stuff. Vinyl's the new thing.
Gotta have the box set.
Gotta go back, exactly.
But how about other collectibles? Is there a Thomas Mulcair doll?
A doll? No, I hope I'm the one, but...
Is there a doll? Have you ever seen a doll?
We saw a little puppet in the market in Ottawa, and we were able to buy a couple of those. There were these little puppets that were made by a woman there, and I had one of mine and one of Jack's.
What do you think about collectibles in that particular respect? Like, under this towel right here, do you recognize this gentleman right here? Who is this, Mr. Mulcair?
This is the inimitable Yvon Godin, the Member of Parliament for Acadie Bathurst, and a fighting Acadian if ever there was one.
Close, actually. It's Mike Harcourt.
Harcourt. Well, my God, they're spitting image of each other.
And what's incredible, check this out, Catherine. You can actually fight. He can fight Bill van der Zalm. Do you remember that at all?
I do remember that at all. But Yvonne's going to be very proud that he has something that looks this much like him. But I do also know Mike Harcourt.
Yeah, what can you say about Mike Harcourt versus van der Zalm?
Well, I don't know.
Didn't the boxing happen there, Catherine?
I didn't listen to you. I was just checking that.
I don't know.
Another night at the Mulcair household?
Hit a guy with glasses, hon.
No.
I was wondering, Mr. Mulcair, what was the first car that you owned?
The first car that we owned together was a Plymouth Duster.
A green
Duster.
What are you driving now?
Catherine has a little Suzuki.
The importance of this person right here, if you could tell us right now.
You got it. Gosh.
Flora?
That's Flora McDonald, yeah.
An amazing record cover?
Yes. Again, more history of people making records. And by the way, she left us recently, and Catherine and I went to say goodbye to her at the funeral in Ottawa.
A very, very important politician and a record to be documented.
Yeah, and she was a progressive conservative at a time when such a person still existed.
And winding up here with Mr. Thomas
Mulcair?
and
Catherine.
I was curious, one of your candidates in Toronto, Jennifer
Hollett.
is an amazing dancer.
She's an amazing dancer. She's an experienced VJ, but she also has a master's degree in public administration from that little university in the States called Harvard. She's brilliant, she's experienced, and she's a star, and I'm looking forward to having her play a key role in our government after October 19th.
And I was curious about the dancing. How is Mr. Mulcair for the dancing?
He's great.
Where did you learn to dance?
With Catherine.
Whereabouts?
In Montreal. And yeah.
Did you check out any of the older Montreal bands? Do you know, like Montreal rock history? Do any of these ring any bells to you guys? Caesar and the Romans?
Oh man, no, that was amazing. I think Jean Chrétien was in that band.
Baboon.
Les Jaguars.
And I mentioned him earlier, Harmonium.
Oh, Harmonium was actually a phenomenal band.
What can you tell the people about Harmonium? What can you tell the people about Quebec rock there?
Well, Harmonium is really classic Quebec rock, really good stuff, and they're sort of, from that era, one of the best that we had.
Lastly, Mr. Mulcair, I was curious if you would do the hip flip with me right here. This is a game called the hip flip.
Well, the only person I ever hip flip with is Catherine, but if you want to show us what to do, we can give it a try.
Oh, that would be amazing because Justin Trudeau did the hip flip.
Well, we'll give it our best.
Jack Layton did the hip flip.
I see, I wasn't aware of that. I'm going to have to look at the tape. Maybe there's some tips in there. Jack was always good at explaining things.
Whoa! Oh my God! Jean Chrétien did the hip flip.
Really?
Paul Martin did the hip flip.
Well, then we're going to give it a try.
Michael Ignatieff did the hip flip. Remember him?
We sure do.
But Stephen Harper did not do the hip flip.
Oh, I'm not terribly surprised. He doesn't seem to be into having what they call fun.
I was carried away by his security people.
Really?
This is kind of fun. This is, whoa! Stephen Harper, please, will you do the hip flip? You guys don't have to carry me. Thank you so much, Mr. Mulcair, for volunteering to do the hip flip. Here we have it, right over here, the hip flip. We gotta put that, no, we don't want to stab you there. Wow! Wow, that's amazing. Bonus hip flipping. Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Mulcair.
Thank you very much.
That was absolutely amazing. Catherine, come back here for a
You're
second.
such a great teacher.
It was amazing. He did extra.
Best.
Is that what he always does? Like, I asked this for one hip flip, and he ended up doing two, almost three.
You see, he's great.
Extra zest. Well, thanks so much, Mr. Mulcair. Keep on rocking in the free world, and doot-doodaloot-doo.
Orange.